Next thing kickoff 2021. Action.
Sometimes I think if 2020 was really real, or was it just a bad dream?
It was very, very difficult at the beginning because everything was happening to us.
The main challenge was not to get too depressed.
It was a nightmare for me. It was very difficult to adapt to the situation.
You can imagine the kind of stress and roller coaster that comes from that.
Now that we are here talking about it, maybe it was not always as bad as it seemed to be.
Being the office manager at a time where the office is closed, it's a little difficult.
We have to meet candidates through video like this, which is still great. But of course, it's not as efficient and as human in terms of interaction.
Cannot feel the heartbeat for the team themselves.
I onboarded in lockdown. On my first day at Nextlink, I had just met my manager and nobody else.
From a sales perspective, it's really a challenge that you're not in the room with the people that you're selling to.
A sales colleague and a pre-sales colleague or solution consultant, they're no longer sitting together on one table with their respected customer.
It's so important to meet customers.
From a Nextlinker standpoint, what I like the most is everyone wanted to stay connected.
We have such a friendly group of people we work with.
There were many happy hours and video check-ins and people just picking up the phone and calling each other.
Sometimes we met at some park close to work to have some dinner, keeping the distances, which was funny.
We'll do lunches together, and that's been really nice. Just virtually like hanging out.
I can spend nearly 15 hours per week just in call with just one colleague.
I think the buddy system that we have at Nextlink is coming in really handy here, and it's even more important in a world where everything is virtual.
The biggest challenge was also the thing that we used to complain more and more was that we were always traveling, and I guess that now at the end of 2020 we miss traveling.
Before the COVID, my family, my wife, the kids, they used to complain about my consistent business trips. And 1 week after working from home, I got the same question from the kids, from my wife. Maggie, when are you traveling again?
What are you doing home all the time? My God, go away.
But looking back, I was telling my wife, it was actually quite fond memories because having, a lot of things that you aren't allowed to do just gives you a lot more time to spend with family.
The biggest challenge was to exchange my great colleagues and work with my kids around me.
Me and my husband did shifts of 2 hours each to work and take care of the children.
And there were many instances where children would appear in the background and come and ask me questions that were super important to them, but not necessarily so important to the customers.
If you stay at home, you just switch to the next meeting.
Working hours became blurry. The days became blurry.
Struggling to disconnect. It is very intense. You don't have too many breaks.
When you're in the office, you take breaks to talk to your colleagues or to have a cup of coffee, and reminding yourself that it's okay to do the same thing at home.
Working from home is not so bad as some people might think.
I've seen during the COVID that we became much more efficient while we are working from home.
I found little tricks that helped cutting my workday into tasks or slots or periods with little breaks in between. That actually made me more productive than if I were at the office.
One thing that helped me was to concentrate on other things.
Embracing change and is what kept me going this year. And also try to help others embrace change.
It might have been a strong year, but it's definitely probably one of the most eye-opening years of my life.
I was always go, go, go. I was traveling a ton for work, which I love to do.
Now I realize the value of time, that there's no more important time than the present.
So I actually took the time to think things through. I figured out a lot of my health stuff. I became a healthier person, both mentally and physically.
You cannot pretend
work a bit, play a bit, take care of your home, and etc. And you have to do it seriously, really, for real.